Hello and welcome to Bharat ChangeMakers, where we sit down with India's most visionary leaders who are shaping industries, driving innovation and inspiration and inspiring change. We are living in a time where technology is not just an enabler, but the very foundation of transformation across industries. From artificial intelligence and cloud computing to cybersecurity, immersive tech, and digital skill development, the IT landscape is evolving faster than ever. Organizations today face a dual challenge. Keeping up with the rapid pace of innovation while also building the right expertise to make that innovation meaningful, secure, and sustainable. This makes the role of visionary leaders and technology experts more critical than ever. I'm your host Khushboo Kabra, and today we are here three exceptional guests with us. Deepti Kalra, CEO and co-founder of Infosec Train, a leading organization focused on upskilling IT professionals in cybersecurity. Our second guest, Nikhil, CEO of Avansaber, an innovator driving next generation expertise and technology. Third guest, Mohit Ambani, co-founder of Unomok, a company making significant strides in the technology space. Today, we'll explore the intersection of innovation, expertise, and IT leadership and understand how tech leaders are shaping the future of digital India. Let's dive in. Let's start by learning more about your journeys. Each of you has a unique story that led you here today. Deepti, starting off with you, it's wonderful to have you here. Could you please share a bit about your journey, how you entered the world of IT and cybersecurity? What motivated you to, start Infotech Train?
Sure. Thank you, Khushboo. Thank you for a very warm welcome. And you have set the stage very appropriately about the need of the hour and how the digital world is evolving. So I'm Deepti Kalra. I'm the CEO and co-founder at Infosec Train, and will be glad to share my journey. We actually I particularly started my career in the year 2008 in the IT field when cybersecurity, privacy, auditing, all these were not really the buzzwords as they are today. And security professionals rarely had a seat in the boardroom. And many organizations saw it more as a cost than as a necessity. But when we started Infosec Train in 2016, our vision was very simple. We started realizing the need and the value of IT security, information security, cyber security, and to prepare the people with the right skills, and not just for jobs, but for the challenges we were forcing in security at every front. We started with Infosec Train. And post-COVID, everybody has realized the importance. The cyber attacks suddenly surged after COVID. And that was the major wake-up call for mostly the enterprises. That skills aren't just about the career growth. It's more about the resilience and survival. So that's how we are here.
That's inspiring, Deepti, that how you start your journey. Moving forward to Nikhil. Nikhil, your path has always been an interesting mix of technology and innovation. Could you walk us through your journey and the story behind Avansaber?
Sure. So basically, my passion has always been at the intersection of technology and business. It began during my engineering studies, but the real turning point came during my tenure at Accenture. So as a technical architect, I had an opportunity to work on a digital transformation, valued multi-million dollar projects, impacting more than 10 to 15 million customers, and especially for the Fortune 500. That's where this incredible experience where my work was recognized as being in the top technology leader, I realized that I excelled at optimizing massive system. My true drive was to create them from the ground up. But that's when the story behind Avansaber, which I co-founded in December 2014, started. So vision was to architect and commercialize high-impact SaaS and AI platform that solve fundamental problems for business globally. So we started with very simple platform called Pilot Team, which was an accounting software that now serves more than 1,000 businesses worldwide. That foundation of solving real world challenges continues to thrive us today too.
That's great, Nikhil, to know so much about your journey. You shared a very insightful thought. Moving to Mohit. So, Mohit, your company, Unomok Private Limited, has always been making waves in the tech space. Could you introduce your company and tell us more about your journey in the tech space?
Sure. Thanks, Khushboo, for having me. So, at Unomok, we build outcome-based AI solutions for enterprises. And instead of offering off-the-shelf products or tools, we create AI agents which are tailor-made and provide an outcome for the business problem which you're having. It could be in the space of voice AI, visual AI, document AI, processing complex files, analyzing images and videos, and even internal operations. So we take care of all that. My journey has always been about using technology to solve like real core impactful problems. I started building websites as teenager, grew into SaaS. I'm an entrepreneur for the last 7 years, and right now we focus on AI agents, which act as your digital colleagues. Along the way, I've been fortunate to share this vision across multiple stages, multiple formats, featured in multiple media houses, and even represent India on discussions in AI at the global level in UK and US. But what drives me every day is seeing our solutions used by close to 150 plus enterprises and Fortune 100 companies on the ground.
That was wonderful. So, moving to innovation, it's core to what you all of you do, right? And it's fascinating to see the different approaches each of you take. So, over to you, Nikhil. Nikhil, innovation is at the heart of what you do. Can you share with our listeners what you do as the biggest opportunity of IT leaders today and also the challenges that come with rapid technological advancement?
Absolutely. So, from my personal experience, I tend to believe more in investing in emerging technologies rather than something which has already been there and done that. So, for example, so biggest opportunity for IT leaders right now is to move beyond generic technology adoption and focus on creating specialized high value solutions with a verifiable accuracy. Now, the thing that we are actually focused on is extended reality. So focus is more on the practical applications with measurable return on investment and not just novelty. So not just creating an app for Apple Vision or Meta Quest 3, but actually prepare like a building an app called Stock VR, which is a XR warehouse based platform where enterprise pilots are already reporting faster operation and favor errors. So that's one. Then second is of course enterprise AI. So opportunity isn't just to use AI, but to build a truth first agentic platform like the we have called Craft Agent, designed for regulated industries where agency accuracy is non-negotiable. So these two things are primary that we think that are the biggest opportunities for IT leaders as of today.
So, Mohit, what are your thoughts on the same thing?
So yeah, innovation is, I think, a very primary thing these days. And for me, innovation is a combination of speed and experimentation, where we should encourage everyone inside our team and outside to push their boundaries with respect to what technologies they are using and actually convert pilots to clear business outcomes and then into production. So, for example, we have created a system where construction workers can wear a camera on their helmets, and when they work or when they go through a building site, we can take in the video feeds and give exact uh, insights to management as to what is the progress of construction and things like that. So this is where we are seeing where even at end level there is innovation which is being sprung up, required, and kind of being accepted across even laid back industries. And this is only possible with speed in terms of implementations and a lot of experimentative mindset.
That was a wonderful insight, Nikhil and Mohit, you gave to our audience. So, over to you, Mohit. Leadership is equally crucial when driving innovation. What leadership practices have you found effective at Unomok when balancing innovation with operational excellence?
So, in terms of leadership practices, it is always about high trust, high ownership. That is the only thing which gives you success from your team, from your entire ecosystem. So, trust faster and give high ownership. And maybe if we fail faster and get back on our feet again as soon as possible. Because in this current wave of technological adoptions, adaptability and speed plays a very key role. And hence, these things of high trust and high ownership is something which I vouch for and I've learned from a lot of successful people as well.
That was a wonderful insight. Moving to Deepti. Deepti, your work focuses on preparing IT professionals to meet the demand of an evolving tech landscape. Can you explain how organization can bridge skill gap and prepare their workforce for the future?
Sure, wonderful question. So, I strongly feel that the first step is to recognize that the skill gap is genuine. Many a times, companies, in order to save costs and do not really accept that the skill gap is real, and organizations only acknowledge the gap superficially, where they focus primarily on the major compliance trainings or few trainings which are necessary for the current skill based requirement or any upcoming projects. However, L&Ds have started realizing that the true readiness comes from the continuous learning, which is role specific, which is aligned with the principal business objectives. I think learning should support holistic growth of an employee rather than being limited to one-off workshops. Additionally, every lesson must be accessible and engaging for the employees to keep their interest through and through. Instead of the lengthy sessions, organizations should start adopting the adaptive learning paths or adaptive learning ways, basically, that meets employees where they are in their development journey. So that will help in understanding how they have to grow further and what are the gaps in their current portfolio, how they can analyze those gaps and look forward to the trainings. Because if we keep working on the standard education process, which is there in the market right now, it is very difficult to evolve with the rapid changes that are happening in edtech with technology, basically.
So, Deepti, what you said right now, I truly agree with you. And I basically believe that India is moving forward with that, what you said right now. And I'm able to see changes in the educational system as well. As for what was earlier is now very different. And, I think that students, or you should say young entrepreneurs or learners, are going through practical based learning rather than more of theoretical based.
Right. So the hands-on part is very essential rather than the rote learning format.
Absolutely, absolutely. Moving forward, now we have explored different aspects of leadership and innovation. I did like to discuss the qualities required to thrive in today's tech environment. Let's begin with Mohit. Mohit, in your opinion, what are the top 3 qualities IT leaders must cultivate today to succeed in a rapidly changing tech landscape?
Yeah, very important question because I think the biggest transition is happening in IT in front of us. So I would say that it is adaptability, storytelling, and empathy. Uh, these are the three key things which an IT leader today must be really good at. Adaptability is keeping pace with how fast AI is evolving. It's like every 3 months there is a new thing. There are new automations. Just today, Sora got released, which makes like videos amazing and great. So adapting to those new technologies inside your organization is the number one key thing. Storytelling is to make technology relatable for your board, your management, your teams, your customers, because they are not able to understand plain technical jargons. You have to make it in the form of story and make them understand how it's going to help that particular use case. And the third thing is empathy, because unless you feel you are in their shoes, you will never be able to actually solve their problem. So today's IT leader has to empathize with a sales manager, or engineer, or a frontline worker. This was not present maybe 10 years back. 10 years back, it was about code and it was about discipline and it was about just getting your tech right. But right now it is changing to these three things where you have to be adaptable, fast, storytelling, and empathy. And I feel like we have again seen that in recent times, technology and IT will only succeed when the entire ecosystem feels understood and be a part of that transformation journey.
Absolutely. Whatever you said, Mohit, was up to date and appropriate. Moving forward to you, Deepti, what's your perspective on the same thing?
I totally agree to what Mr. Mohit have just mentioned. And in addition to adaptability, I think the visionary thinking of the leaders and the management at the top level is actually driving the organizations or the enterprises ahead, wherein the leaders need to anticipate the future trends. They must set the strategic directions and inspire their teams to innovate and adapt proactively. We don't have time to, strategize and then have 6 months or annual plans kind of a thing these days. We have to proactively start taking the technology and the security impact on the same. And secondly, I feel that empathy, which is now missing in the modern days of AI, and everything is automated. There are so many tools and applications wherein a manager feel that since we have given a lot of provisions to our employees, the work should be done more effectively, and which is obviously a very good expectation to have. But I think we need to have that empathy state at the leadership level, which is not only about the command and control, it's about understanding your team's requirement with the evolution that is happening. It's about their trainings, it's about their grooming, it's about the clients and the users who are actually using your services. And after all, building trust is very important with the customers.
Absolutely. Whatever you said, Deepti, was right. It's at the bottom of the game. It's the leaders, the high leaders who build the, community, or you can say the industries through which the downline chain, follows us. So yeah, that's true.
Khushboo, I want to add on a little last point here that I think what is missing these days is the learning culture. And we have to start promoting a lot of experimentation, and we have to empower the employees to apply their new skills in the real world scenarios rather than having the same monotonous pattern the way it used to work earlier. That's all. Thank you.
Absolutely, Deepti, I agree to you. So moving forward to you, Nikhil, what do you believe are the key qualities IT leaders should develop?
Sure. So I think Mohit and Deepti covered pretty much everything that actually I wanted to say. But all in all, I would sort of add into that saying the first quality would be architectural vision. So ability to look past the current hype and design robust, scalable solution which solves long-term business problems. So this was one of my biggest experience throughout my entire entrepreneurial journey. Second would be business acumen. Now it's very easy to build apps or software or websites, but it's very difficult to sell them, right? You need to able to talk with the customers, understand their problems, negotiate with them, and I think that's what any IT leader should learn or improve on, because many times people tend to totally underestimate that part and they just miss that boat completely. And once they build, they think that they can build like a great product and it will just sail on its own, but that's not how it works. And third would be a mentorship mindset. So true leadership, and which is basically in addition to what Dipti said. So true leadership is about nurturing the next generation. So whether as a leader you need to train your employees or your team members, your partners, and similarly those partners or employees too need to actually have that mindset to learn, to get trained, and so on. So I mean, these are the top three, I think, qualities that IT leaders should develop to succeed in today's landscape, today's tech landscape, actually.
I absolutely agree with you, Nikhil, because whatever you said, that person does not incorporate such qualities. I don't think so that any tech company or any company for that matter will, grow or succeed in their life. So yeah, that's true. Looking ahead, emerging technologies are reshaping the way we work and live. Let's talk about the future of IT and innovation. Over to you, Nikhil. Emerging technologies like AI, cloud, and immersive tech are transforming expertise IT. Which trends excite you the most, and how do you see them shaping the next 3 to 5 years?
So I am most excited by the convergence of AI and XR, especially for enterprise application. So over the next 3 to 5 years, AI I think will shift from general cloud-based model to secure on-premise verifiable agents tailored for specific industries. So this is the core thesis behind our product Craft Agent and Ent Agent platform, which are designed to become trusted, accurate co-pilots in regulated fields like finance, manufacturing. Similarly, the extended reality or immersive tech that will also become a standard tool for industrial operation. For example, our platform Stock VR, which has already demonstrated a positive return on investments in pilots by making warehouse operations, logistics faster, more efficient in the early examples of this train. So, like all in all, I strongly believe that these two, three areas where the convergence of some of these emerging tech will happen is gonna be the most exciting fields, most exciting areas for at least next few years.
That's fascinating outlook, Nikhil. Deepti, your focus has always been on skills and people. As organizations embrace these new technologies, preparing the workforce become equally critical. From your perspective, which emerging tech areas do you think tech IT professionals should prioritize for upskilling over the next few years?
Okay, so I would totally agree to what Nikhil just mentioned, that artificial intelligence is everywhere. Everybody is talking about this buzzword, and definitely it is going to be number one in the league of the education industry we belong to. And since we are specifically into security, we do a lot of stuff around security. I believe that whatever is happening around AI will need to be secured as well. So for sure, AI will be the number one because it's both a tool and a threat. So if something is coming as a privilege, it will definitely bring along certain loopholes and challenges along with it. And every professional in all the domains needs to know how to use it responsibly and what can be the disadvantages of not securing it from the very basic, from the very beginning, actually. And secondly, I feel that since every organization is using cloud services and they are shifting their workloads to the cloud, and cloud has its own risk attached to it. So cloud security in the edtech industry is really doing pretty good, and I think many enterprises are spending a lot to reframe their training structures around cloud security. Then the final thing which I want to mention is about data privacy. But again, this has its own importance because data is everywhere these days, and it's about securing data. Especially, we have DP Act, which has been recently released 3 days back, and now there are so many certifications around it. We already had GDPR, we had CCPA. So data is power to everyone, be it enterprise or be it any other organization, and they are using it to their own advantage. But again, to protect it, to secure it, what are the measures that any IT organization, or for that matter, any professional should know, not only IT professional, but otherwise also as layman, how we have to secure the data. This must be known and taught at a very ground level, at a very academic level itself, so that whatever we are giving out, and if I talk about data, is not only our name, it's about the pictures that we upload, it's about the exploitation that is happening, it's about the personal identities we are sharing online. So yeah, I think we need to spread this awareness wherein data has to be kept private and should not be misused.
Deepti, that was an absolutely amazing and wonderful insight you shared just now. Moving to you, Mohit. Unomok sits at its intersection of technology and innovation. Which upcoming technologies or trends do you believe will most disrupt your sector, and how are you preparing to leverage them?
Yeah, we are getting disrupted day in and day out. So I think what is happening very good at scale in terms of an upcoming technology is code generation. It has become much easier to create apps, as rightly mentioned. So uh, this is a sector which is disturbing not only traditional software companies but big IT behemoths as well, including the biggest of the names. So software code generation is something which is getting disrupted, but there are newer opportunities coming up as we make this easier. It is like before calculator, maybe mathematics and additions was a thing, but after calculator, it's not that mathematics became easier. There are more complexities added. So that is what we are seeing and we are leveraging. There are primarily three waves which we see shaping the future. One is voice as an interface, voice AI. Second is visual as an interface, visual AI. And third is physical AI. So that would mean robots and physical agents which get things done for you. So voice AI is redefining technology even for, I would say, the most laggard in technology adoption. It is giving them a very much universal access to people who are very frontier in technology access. So it is kind of creating a democratized way of access to technology and access to AI. And we have done campaigns for enterprises talking to 1 million plus users, selling loans via voice AI and things like that. In visual AI, we are seeing a lot of trend and we are leveraging that in terms of our IT solutions where document processing, seeing things on ground, seeing safety metrics being monitored and things like that can be done with AI cameras, with AI document systems and things like that. And what we are thinking in future, which is going to disrupt a lot more sectors, is robots and physical AI, which wherein these two current voice visual will act as layers of data training for robots, which could actually make a lot of difference in everyone's life. And we are already seeing Elon Musk getting Optimus agents for about $4,000-5,000 or maybe $10,000, which can do a lot of things using just vision and voice. So that is what we are seeing in future in terms of technologies or trends, which will cause a lot of disruption across most of the sectors, and we are building on top of them to kind of leverage these sectors.
What a wonderful insight, Nikhil. Even me myself got to know so much about AI and everything. To wrap up this segment, let's hear it from each of you, a piece of advice for young IT and tech professionals looking to make an impact. Deepti, will start with you.
Sure. So, my biggest advice would be that we must start focusing on understanding the real world problems. So when it comes to education, it has to come from the real world scenarios. Uh, the enterprises must start thinking creatively about the innovative solutions. The tech world rewards curiosity, innovation, and creativity these days. It's no more about the redundant way of operations. And people should start engaging more with the industry peers, mentors, and communities to share ideas and gain insights. And that will definitely foster the innovative thinking. One should not blindly follow every trend, because every solution that is coming or announced these days or becoming a trend is not meant for every consumer. So one must understand that using a trend in the best of interest is important. And last point, that with all the dynamic geopolitical challenges that we are facing these days, one must restrict to stand with the new reforms that are coming. The standard education format will not work anymore. People must engage on hands-on projects. They must start participating in the mentorship programs, and they start looking at the world and the problems in a real scenario rather than a pre-drafted notion of it. So yeah, that's the advice.
Nikhil, what's your advice on the same?
So I think in addition to what Dipti just said, I would add three more points. First would be fall in love with the problem, not a technology. So based on like our own experience, what we realize that you like, and this goes back to my previous point, you understand the problems, you sit with the business, sit with the client, try to check with them like what exactly they are facing, like what are the challenges they are facing and how particular solution can help them. So don't build something just because the tech is new. Find a genuine pain point and solve it. And same journey we had when we started with Zap Inventory. So goal was to address real inventory challenges for e-commerce companies, and that's why ultimately it led to us winning multiple awards and eventually getting acquired. Second would be master the fundamentals. So trends will change. Core principles of architecture, problem solving are timeless. So skills I learned in my previous experience designing those mission critical systems provided the foundation for everything I have built since. And third, contribute to the community. Many times people tend to underestimate contribution to the community, like whether it's an open source community or whether it's helping your alma mater in terms of like training some of those students, mentoring those students, and so on. So I think get involved beyond your job. I have found work like my work developing open source tools and being senior member of some of the esteemed organization has been incredibly rewarding. So it expands the perspective and helps you build a network of peers who challenge you to be better.
That was wonderful. Over to you, Mohit. What's your insight on the same?
So, to young IT and tech professionals, I think two major things which would matter is staying as curious as possible to all the things which are happening with you, around you, and beyond you, and spend as much time as possible on the field with actual businesses or actual organizations whom you vibe with. So, if you're interested in finance, try to spend as much time as possible in finance industry with financial people, financial events, and things like that, because you build a subconscious statement of problems which can be solved, and thereby you can actually focus on some things and build better solutions. So, particular to IT who are right now finding careers, it is a difficult time, it is a challenging time. But if you're primarily curious of a lot of things, you will gain a lot of knowledge, you will gain a lot of skills, which would be eventually required in business because you have spent time in those businesses as well. So overall, to be valuable in the age of AI, it is either research on core subjects, which is mathematics, sciences, or uh, 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 proper computer science, or try to be as close to the business as possible, as close to the problems as possible, whereby it will eventually lead you to solve problem statements from your organization. And overall depth in any field. So this is not pertaining only to IT and tech, but any other career. Depth in any field is something which will differentiate you from AI, apart from the curiosity and your human experience. If you're very deep in a particular subject, just go as much as possible because you will be of far much value than other people who do not have that much depth of the subject.
Wonderful, Nick. Wonderful, Mohit. Wonderful. Before we close, let's do a quick Bharat Changemaker rapid fire round. I will ask 5 questions, and each of you can answer in one word or one line. Let's start with the Mohit first. So, Mohit, my first question to you is the biggest challenge you see for IT leaders in India.
Adaptability and on ground adoption.
Second question, one word that sums up Unomok's vision.
Impact at scale.
Third, a tool or platform you can live without. You can't live without.
There are many now. To cut it, it would be, I think, Claude by Anthropic. It is where our teams build and ship AI every day.
All right. The best advice you ever received as a leader.
Uh, be relentless, be curious.
One technology you believe will reshape our industry, your industry.
One technology which will reshape industries is multimodal agents, which is initially visual and text, which will lead to physical agents,
Over to you,
AI
Nikhil.
agents.
The most exciting tech trend for enterprises in the next 5 years.
Well, I agree with Mohit on this. It will be AI, but to be specific, I'm going to say secure on-premise enterprise AI.
Okay. Second question. One word that captures your approach to innovation.
Being practical, pragmatic.
Third, a must have skill for CTOs today.
I'll go back to my previous answer, that is vision.
Okay. Fourth, one leader or innovator you look up to.
So I don't think many people is going to have this answer. For me, it is Satya Nadella because of his transformation of Microsoft culture towards empathy and innovation at scale.
Fifth question, one future technology you can't wait to experiment with.
We are heavily invested in XR, and we believe that advanced haptic feedback system integrated with XR to create even more realistic simulation for realistic training experience is something that I cannot wait to experiment with.
Over to you, Deepti. First question is the cybersecurity skill every IT professional should learn in 2025.
So I believe it's threat detection powered by AI.
Okay. Second, one word that describes your leadership style.
It's collaborative for sure.
Third, your go to productivity tool or app.
So I'm majorly dependent on Notion these days. I use it for almost everything from making my notes, from making my calendar, documentation, and so on. So Notion it is.
A personal mantra you follow when leading teams.
So I learned it from my past managers that we must listen more, talk less, and we get great ideas when we listen more.
One emerging technology you think will transform IT training.
I'll answer this from the ethic purview. So I feel that immersive learning is required instead of the standard formats, whether through virtual reality or AI-driven simulations. So simulations are actually helping employees and the leaders to learn and have a lasting impact in learning. So definitely it has to be immersive learning.
Thank you, Deepti, Nikhil, and Mohit, for these quick insights. That was fun. Your answers gave us the glimpse into your personalities and how tech leaders think on their feet. Moving forward, thank you so much, Deepti, Nikhil, and Mohit. This has been a fantastic conversation. Your insights on innovation, leadership, and the future of technology was truly inspiring. Over to you.
Thank you, Khushboo. Thank you for having us and giving us this platform. It has really helped us, and especially I got to know about Mohit and Nikhil, and maybe we will be collaborating for our customers with them in future. But thank you for giving us this platform to know the world better.
Yes, thanks, Khushbu. It was really a great session. Great insights by both Dipti and Nikhil, and great questions as well, which kind of create curiosity in minds of people who would be listening to this. And really appreciate this effort to kind of get actual people who are making a difference on ground on a session.
Yeah, same here. I would agree with Deepti and Mohit. Thank you, Khushbu, for arranging this. And I'll be more than happy to collaborate more with you guys, Mohit and Deepti. So thank you once again.
To our listeners, remember the future of our digital world is being built today by passionate leaders like our guests. Keep innovating, keep learning, keep leading. I'm Khushboo Kabra signing off from Bharat ChangeMakers. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories and thought provoking discussions.